I know you can't go into the Clinton Foundation stuff directly. My question more to you is, when you have this volume, how exactly is the FBI doing it? We know it's automated, but what specifically are the methods, and what do you believe they are actually looking for?
Well, in terms of the investigation of emails, I think the FBI at this point really needs to be expeditious in coming forward with whatever findings they might have. When Director Comey went up to Congress last week and Congress revealed that there was a reopening of this investigation, I think that just merely that there's an ongoing investigation implies that there's something improper, and that's completely against FBI protocol to talk about an ongoing criminal investigation. So to resolve that, I think they've got to come forward. What they'll be doing is looking at emails using sophisticated technology, keyword searches. As you know, they've been involved in this investigation for a long time. The agents and analysts that have been involved in this have some context in looking for specific emails, relationships between individuals who may have sent communications between others. But at this point, I think it's really critical that this information come out.
Let's go back to my original question, and by the way, listen, I think we all agree there are really two issues here. There's Director Comey's actions, which have come under fire, but then there's the investigation. They're different things. I mean, you can agree or disagree with what Comey did, but the fact the investigation is going on is a separate issue. We know that there is something going on. What kinds of words do you think they are specifically targeting in these automated searches?
So let me, if I can clarify here, you're right, there are two separate issues, but the fact that there is an investigation, that being public, I think that requires the FBI to be much more expeditious in getting information out, because the fact that the investigation is ongoing tends to imply that there's illegal activity that's not been determined here. In terms of actually searching for information, if they're looking for, in the original allegation, the investigation related to classified information, so they'll be looking for particular cases that they may have seen previously, secret, top secret classification codes. They may be looking for certain numbers related to certain documents. So again, those who've been involved in this investigation ongoing for the past many months are the ones who are going to have the full context and will be able to hopefully go through this, pull out what's critical,
Mr. Henry?
and lay it out on the table.
We've now seen from the papers as well that there's an internal feud about whether or not there should have been an investigation into the Clinton Foundation. There's this 12-page memo from Doug Bann that makes clear that the relationship between the Clinton Foundation, Bill Clinton, Inc., Teneo is very related. The suggestion is that they were looking for whether or not there were connections to the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton at the time, pay to play. Can you outline how they would be thinking about that, and what are the chances that they would ever find that?
Yeah, I don't have any specific information about investigation into the Clinton Foundation. In terms of investigations related to that type of allegation that you just outlined, I mean, those are very, very complex investigations. Certainly nothing that would be determined merely from an email, but might relate to investigative leads where you'd have to actually demonstrate and show some quid pro quo. Again, I don't have any familiarity with that particular allegation, but certainly not something that would be determined through a review of emails.
I want to go back to to Hillary Clinton's emails that have been found on the laptop of Anthony Weiner and her assistant Huma Abedin. And that occasion, Mr. Comey's letter to Congress last week. You seem to be saying that they ought to say more about what they've learned in the week since that letter. It's now Thursday, 6 days later. Do you believe that the risk is greater in saying more now, or the risk is greater in saying nothing now, 5 days before the election?
Well, when you say risk, I think that we have to follow the facts as investigators. I think that I worked investigations into public officials for the first 10 years of my career, almost exclusively. I used to teach these to agents, and one of the principal concepts is you cannot do anything that impacts an election. For sure, you can't take actions that would imply guilt, and the mere fact that there's an investigation does that. The FBI did that, and we won't go into all the details, but the FBI has done that now, saying that there's an investigation.
Right.
I think because they've done that, it's imperative that any information that they may have related to the review of emails needs to come out, because leaving a gap, having that big void that there's an investigation and you go into the election, the vast majority of the American public, I think, sees something like that, and they don't understand the totality of it.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.